Let me introduce you to the Segis V2. It's got everything you've always wanted in a smartphone. It's even got a bunch of stuff you didn't know you wanted yet. So where is this dreamy wonderland? It doesn't matter, because this is the way you're gonna feel when you realize you're holding a phone with 64 gigabytes of storage standard. And it's even got two, yes, I said two micro SD card slots for another potential 400 gigabytes of storage. That's 464 gigabytes total. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. The V2 has a 21 megapixel camera on the back, which is also capable of 4K video. Then, on the front, a massive 13 megapixel camera. You know what that means. It's the world's highest quality selfies. Now listen to this. The V2 even features Harman Kardon sound technology built right in. Now that's gonna deliver an immersive audio experience for both movies and music. So what good are all of these features if you drop your phone in the toilet? You actually don't have to worry about that. The V2 is completely waterproof. Now I've got one more thing to show you. Come with me. Now this is the best part. I can take whatever I'm doing here and shoot it up there to that big screen. Wireless HD, lag-free, making it perfect for gaming.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben.
And I'm Jason.
We've worked hard to make Sightline Maps the most intuitive platform for 3D printing topographic maps. With a computer and the click of a mouse, everyone can make a 3D model of any part of the world. People use these maps for education, construction, city planning, mining, even extreme sports like mountain climbing.
Sightline uses the most current and accurate GIS data paired with a platform that quickly generates 3D files. It works with any 3D printer and operating system, so users can print high-definition maps. We beta tested Sightline across a number of industries, but nothing compared to seeing students and teachers interact with the maps. The kids loved it, and the teachers were excited to see the students so engaged with the new technology.
Most students learn about the world through 2D images and digital maps, but we saw that kids learn best through an experience. We know that students can't travel to all the places they learn about, but Sightline can help them see the world in a new way. The maps get kids thinking about spatial relationships, scale, and future applications for 3D printing.
Thousands of schools have 3D printers, but unfortunately, many of them are collecting dust. Sightline provides an easy introduction to get students using 3D printing for class assignments, science fairs, and art projects. Once they learn the basics of this tool and see its potential, they'll find new, clever ways to use it.
One of the problems with the current medical system is that you only connect with the system every now and then.
We are in the biggest tsunami of personalization in the world, but for medicine, we are still waiting in line in an emergency room.
With your smartphone, you can find out about anything, anywhere. But what you can't find is information about your own body.
In 2005, I spent almost a year in hospital with one of my children. I started to look at all the machines and all the readings. After a couple of weeks, I understood it. And it was very liberating to have that knowledge. I want to make a company that, gives people these numbers. The Scout will allow people to see the fingerprint of their health in very minute detail.
When you have a visit with a physician or you go to an ER, the first thing they do is check the vital signs to see where you're at right now. This, you just hold it to your forehead and in seconds you have all of it. The Scout gives you your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, your respiratory rate, and your oxygen levels in your blood.
Scanadu Scout works everywhere. It analyzes all your readings and then stores it forward.
When people have a Scout, they can connect with their physician in ways that was never possible before.
We are competing in the X Prize. This is important because what we aim to do with Scanadu Scout is to bring the 5 senses into a single recording device. We will have essentially a doctor in the palm of our hands.
This is the ultimate consumer device for medicine.
We put a lot of thought into giving you medical-grade data that's easy to understand, records it, and enables you to communicate with your physician and make smart decisions together.
We have a relationship with NASA, although their medicine was never actually destined to be for consumers. It was destined to be for astronauts in the space station.
This is exactly the kind of responsive platform that we need. This allows us to go further and enhance our performance.
Right now, when you buy a cup of coffee, you can see that transaction on your smartphone even before you leave the store. With the Scout, you can see the impact on your health before you leave the store. So for parents, you can find out early in the day if your child is going to be sick later in the day or not. It's something that's good for all of us. This is one of the most exciting times in the history of medicine and the history of health. We can finally understand our bodies and adjust them in ways that it's never been possible before. But that takes all of us working together. So join us in making this a reality.